The prison was quiet at night, except for the distant echoes of steel doors slamming shut and the hum of flickering fluorescent lights. Most people never noticed the janitor who moved silently through the halls, mop in hand, face lined with years of struggle. His name was Jack Mason, a single father, a war veteran, and a man who had chosen a life of shadows instead of glory. To the inmates, he was just another janitor. To the guards, he was invisible. But Jack had a past no one dared to imagine, a past written in blood, sacrifice, and a name whispered in fear across battlefields: Delta Force operative, codename, Ghost. He had given it all up after losing his wife in a tragic accident, dedicating himself to raising his only daughter, Lily. She was the reason he worked the night shifts, sweeping floors in one of the toughest prisons in the state. Every cent went into keeping her in school, feeding her dreams of becoming a doctor. Jack had long since buried his weapons, his missions, and his identity. To him, he was just Dad, not a legend. But trouble has a way of finding men who try to outrun their past. One night, while cleaning a corridor outside cell block C, Jack overheard whispers among a prison gang. They were plotting something violent, an attack not just on a rival inmate, but also on a guard who had stood up to them. Jack kept his head down. He wasn't a soldier anymore, he told himself. He couldn't risk losing his job. But when the gang noticed him watching, they saw only weakness, a broken man, easy prey. Later that night, they cornered him in the storage room. 5 men, tattoos crawling up their arms, knives glinting under the harsh light. Their leader sneered, "Old man, this is our house. You keep looking where you shouldn't, and we'll make sure you leave in a body bag." Jack raised his hands calmly, his voice steady. "I'm just here to do my job. Nothing more." But when they lunged at him, something inside Jack woke up, the part of him he had buried deep, the part that had once taken down warlords and terrorists with his bare hands. His eyes sharpened, his movements shifted. What followed was a storm, swift, precise, terrifying. A mop handle became a weapon, his body moved with the fluidity of a man who had spent decades in combat. In less than a minute, the 5 gang members lay groaning on the floor, disarmed, humiliated, and stunned. The guards rushed in, shocked at the sight. Word spread like wildfire, this janitor wasn't ordinary. Whispers turned into questions, and soon, everyone in the prison knew that Jack Mason was no mere custodian. He was something more, something dangerous, something legendary. But Jack didn't revel in it. He quietly helped the guards restrain the inmates, cleaned up the mess, and went back to his shift as if nothing had happened. For him, violence wasn't glory, it was a reminder of a life he wanted to leave behind. Yet that night changed everything. His daughter Lily found out what had happened through a news report. At first, she was shocked. Her father, the man who packed her lunch and fixed her school projects, was once a hero soldiers whispered about. Tears filled her eyes, not of fear, but of pride. "Dad," she told him softly, "you've always been my hero. Now the world knows it too." Jack struggled with the attention. He didn't want his daughter to grow up in the shadow of violence. But something remarkable happened. The story of a humble janitor who had once been a Delta Force operator went viral. People across the country reached out, calling him an inspiration. Veterans wrote to him, saying he reminded them that their sacrifices meant something. Single fathers admired his strength and devotion to his daughter. Even prisoners in the facility began respecting him, seeing him not as a target, but as a man who carried dignity and silence. Through it all, Jack never stopped mopping floors, never stopped being Lily's father. He believed that true strength wasn't in winning battles, it was in raising his daughter with love, in showing her that humility and kindness outshined violence. By the end, the message was clear: heroes aren't always found in medals or headlines. Sometimes, they're found in the quiet corners of life, in a janitor's closet, in a father's sacrifice, in the resilience of someone who refuses to give up. Jack Mason was proof that greatness doesn't fade with age or circumstance. It lives on, as long as there's someone to fight for. If this story touched you, remember, there are everyday heroes all around us. Some wear uniforms, some carry mops, some simply love their children more than anything else in the world. Like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories that remind us of the strength of the human spirit.